Super chats here. Thomas Joyce 2325 says, hopefully Madueke can feed Gyokeres unlike Saka.
Yeah, we had this conversation earlier, didn't we? And you know, the mischievous person in me was interested to see some of the stuff that was going on online with the alleged push. I'm not sure if it was a push, but you know.
Yeah.
Shove.
And then there was no, I'm talking about when he scored.
Yeah, no, I know.
Some people speculate.
Said shove, yeah.
Yeah. And then there was the post-match interview that Gyokeres gave when he spoke about, I knew Ben White would try and find me. Some people are looking into that. You know, it's kind of like that 2 and 2 makes 5 type stuff. But listen, man, I'm glad for Gyokeres getting his goal and assist in the week. I'm a big advocate of his. I do think we need to play to his strengths more. We've not been doing that. And it's not just Saka that's been guilty of that. It's been all of the attackers, isn't it? There's been plenty of occasions where we've seen Gyokeres pointing to where he wants a ball and he's not got it.
There has, but I have to say this as well, there have been a lot of times this season where Gyokeres has been on the pitch and we've put the ball into the box, flashed it across the box, penalties, and he hasn't been there. So it does work both ways. Just because this one game and Jamie Redknapp comes out and says, look, they're not putting. There's been go and watch that first half against Liverpool. There, Saka put the ball across the box multiple times. There's been games. You think of the Aston Villa game away. Declan Rice, when it's 1-1, around 85, 86 minutes, puts the ball across the box. If Gyokeres gambles across the front post, he taps the ball in, and maybe we go on and win that game. Instead, he doesn't move.
You are right.
So there has been moments. I can't just jump on this train now because a lot of people are saying it. There has been a lot of games where he hasn't been in the right place at the right time. The other day he was there. Saka didn't pass the ball. Big up to Gyokeres. He didn't moan too much. Maybe he threw his hands up a little bit, but then he got himself up. Saka still did well to find Ben White, who put the ball in. So all of this criticism on Saka, it's not like he wasn't involved in that goal.
I think that kind of thing, right, goes on all over the Premier League, because strikers are strikers. They always want to get the ball. Even when they're not in the best positions, they still want to get the ball. I think the reason why people zeroed in on it is because Gyokeres has not been scoring. Then he scores. People say, oh, that's the reason why. But people like myself...
That's Kenya,
Oh, that is Kenya, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, people like myself have been saying that we're still not getting the best out of him. I've said that, me and you have had this conversation, haven't we, several times?
Yeah.
And I've said, to me, I don't think Arsenal are playing to his best strengths. And you come back and countered quite rightly and said, yeah, but he needs to do more. So I guess it's a balance, isn't it? They've 100%. Both got to do more to get the best out of each other. So let's hope that today...
Definitely.
We see a continuation of the Chelsea game.
I want him to be in the right place at the right time every single time. If he makes that front post run more often, I think he scores more goals. Or if he's... Look, the only if you're honest as well, the only reason he scored that goal is because Sanchez has made a mistake. You'd expect the keeper to claim that.
You know, but he was there, though. That's the thing.
He was 100%, but I want him to be there more.
Sure.
Because like I said, I still believe in Victor. I really like him. I was pushing for him in the summer. I think people talk about the missing piece. I think he could have been that. I don't think he's been great so far. I could argue both sides. I could argue that we haven't created enough for him. We haven't got him in the positions enough. But then there has been games where he hasn't got himself in the positions enough. So hopefully that game at Chelsea, I thought it was brilliant in the second half. Hopefully it's a turning point. Hopefully it's a click. Hopefully it's confidence, and he can push on and build on that.
Well, he scored against Forest earlier in the season, so let's hope he can do...
Be interesting, he scored a hat-trick and White and Madueke were combined for all three of them.
Mate, I hope it happens.
I got a super chat here from John, who says, they've kicked off, by the way, he says, Robbie, did you see the tensions last week? Gyokeres, Saka, Declan, the assistant, not trying to be negative. Think as we grow, we'll have to deal with more egos. Come on, you Gunners. I don't think there's anything wrong with any of those things. You know what? The thing between the Declan Rice and the coach, those things happen all the time. It's only because we weren't there to, we wouldn't normally see stuff like that as a City are coming forward there. We wouldn't normally see stuff like that. Right, it's just that he got captured by the cameras, and then the stuff that you saw happen between Gyokeres and Saka. I liked that from Gyokeres because it's like he's saying, "Yo, pass to me," because I felt one of the things with Gyokeres has been because he's a new player, and obviously he's not one of them senior players and big players like a Saka, who's a major player for Arsenal. I've been thinking in the past, you're not demanding the ball. You're not thinking maybe because you still, quite new to the team. You don't want to rock the boat. But I like the fact that he was like, yo, Saka, pass to me.